7, and the Tigers had 6. We are right back here at SNUathletics.com with the Crimson Storm up against the Bison from Oklahoma Baptist. Don't go anywhere.
We won't do a halftime interview. Okay. So we'll just do, but more or less.
Doing SNU.
You're definitely right, Connor. The middle of the pack here is pretty tight. It's pretty tough. I mean, the 3, 4, and 5 teams are all within the game of each other. But tonight, I'm looking for some offense. As you said, both teams are coming in ranked 3rd and 4th in the GAC with goals scored. So I'm looking to see some offense. I'm looking to see some goals being scored. But I'm also looking for SNU to come out and get a hot start. Usually they get off to a slow start. If they can come out, get off to a and get some goals put on the board, I definitely think they can come out.
Welcome back here to SNUathletics.com. Opening lineups just now underway for Oklahoma Baptist here. Number 1, Emma Beck. Number 3, Kelsey Bumgarner. Number 4, Lara Lovett. Number 7, Abigail Hicks. Number 9, Markella Suka. Number 10, Reagan Mann. Number 12, Kayla Kendall. 15, Kenzie Bice. Number 16, Kerrigan Edwards. Number 19, Emily Infante. Number 42, Jennifer Gothi. Or something like that, or
Pokemon Go or watching Netflix.
Oh, Netflix, I tell you what. You can watch Netflix anytime. You can't play soccer all the time outside.
You definitely can, Connor, and today, especially being out here in Oklahoma, would be a perfect day to play.
Mm-hmm. Expecting a big here for us.
But definitely whoever can withstand this first 5 minutes of pressure will definitely be off to a great start.
Kelsey Buster with a little bit of a nice break there. Defense coming back. she's trying to find Shanae Vasquez and just goes right back to OBU. She had a nice break there. I'm not sure what she was pushing or what she was looking for some teammates to come help her out, but we're going back the other way. Look to try to dictate that game plan because just no matter what sport you're playing, both teams are trying to dictate the tempo, and if one team's able to take control, it could be a long night for their opponent.
Definitely, Connor, and that's what both teams are trying to do right now. They're trying to dictate the tempo, and they're trying to play their style of game, and it's just going to be who's able to do that first, who's able to take control. And, you know, with SNU, if they can get their star midfield, Hannah Robinson, on the ball and allow her to be physical and play her game, I definitely think they'll have some success.
A nice kick there from Robinson as Vasquez trying to find something. Got a nice shove in the back from a Bison.
And, you know, just as usual, I expect SNU to definitely use their size advantage, you know, with free kicks and also winning balls in the midfield with, you know, Robinson, also with Shanae Vasquez.
Absolutely. They got a lot of talent here on this roster, a lot of power, too, from Sky Glass being able to kick balls from about midfield and just nearly skyball it all over the goal, no pun intended. And they got a weapon there on their team, and they utilize it whenever they can.
Yeah, you're definitely right, Connor. They do utilize it. She has the green light to shoot from wherever, whenever, however, and it definitely can be effective for SNU. I mean, so far on the season, she has 18 shots. She hasn't scored any, but just the presence of having those shots and, you know, being able to shoot them from anywhere on the field definitely puts the goalkeeper in the bad position.
Well, it's definitely just makes the goalkeeper think twice about what may come up, or if it's kind of used as a decoy. As Buster breaking free, taking the ball away from the Bison, trying to find Shanae Vasquez. Might have had a break there, but the goalie comes up and just clears it out back to midfield.
That was a really great ball right there by
I believe it's Kelsey Buster there on the outside, freeing up to Vasquez.
That was Buster up to Vasquez, but the goalkeeper did a good job of coming out on her line, and essentially that's what the goalkeeper is supposed to do. You know, she's an extension of that back line, and if they get beat over the top, she has to be there to sweep and clean it up, and that she did.
And a cross shot there from Glitsky over to Abergo. Goes back to the Bison, trying to find something. Chasing down are the Bison here on this near sideline. Ashley Owens kind of getting tripped up there, trying to get back to her as Bison along a little bit of a break.
That was unfortunate. Bison had a chance to counter, just got a little bit too anxious and made a bad pass. But this Bison team, they can definitely come out and score. You know, last match between these two teams, the Bison put up 3. So this back line for SNU is definitely going to have to do a good job of staying organized. Natasha Fuentes in goal is going to have to be very vocal, and especially keeping her back line tight, organized. If they have a good game, and I always say, you know, especially with this SNU back line, if their back line has a good game, Natasha Fuentes has a big game, they usually can come out on top.
Bison looks to break up here on the far sideline. Don't got the numbers, but now they got an advantage here, getting closer to the box, trying to fight off SNU, and a shot on goal by the Bison turned away by the Storm. Brianna Evans with a nice stop up there to keep the ball out of play.
Yeah, that was their number 9, Marila Suka from London, England. She's had 11 starts on the year. Not too many goals on the year, but she definitely does create chances for them. She only has one goal on the year so far, but obviously she's a presence up top for the Bison. They look to get her the ball. They look to get her to hold up play, to spread it out wide to their wingers, and so she's a very crucial part to this Bison team.
Up to throwing glass, and Bison doing battle, trying to keep this ball alive. But, you know, Antoine, I've noticed already 7 minutes here in this ball game, the ball has really been on this side of the midfield most of the way. SNU's got to be able to dictate the tempo.
Yeah, Bison, they're doing a good job of keeping possession on SNU's side of the field. And like you said, SNU has to do a better job of dictating the tempo. But if the Bison continue to keep possession, it's going to be a long night for the Crimson Storm and their defense.
A good back pass there from Abergo and up to Owens, trying to find someone right towards our table, and hits the. It's kind of sending a message there to. It was kind of their own team's box there, but going back the other way to SNU. Bree Evans clearing it to Vasquez.
With SNU and the way the Bison are keeping possession and holding up play, SNU is going to have to do a better job of pushing their back line up, forcing the Bison to play over the top. But not only that, they're going to have to look into playing the ball into Vasquez and allowing her to hold up play and allowing the wingers time to get up in the attack with Vasquez or with Bussert. And that's the issue that they've been having is when they get the ball and they go on their counterattacks, they're outnumbered by the Bison defense. So if they can push more numbers up front, allow Shanae Vasquez to hold the ball up top, then they'll be able to succeed and create more chances in the attack.
Clearing up the right side is Glitzky and Robinson working, trying to poke through this Bison defense. No avail. Every time they come up there, Bison always got some group of people there to poke it free and just stop any kind of momentum that SNU's got early in this ballgame.
Yeah, that Bison back line, they're going to have to be able to break them down. And I've noticed that number 4, Megan Chase, who is the leading goal scorer for SNU, is not starting tonight. So definitely a change in the lineup. Maybe they feel she's better, coming off the bench or a spark off the bench. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, kind of an adjustment there from Coach Duncan throwing Abergo there. I believe in Chase's spot for this game. I believe Sky Glass is getting an early start here as well. So some shifts here late in the season. Guess trying to make a push and see what lineups work better for pace of play or depending on situation, or just trying to give some more freshmen and some experienced players playing time as well. Coach Duncan certainly knows what she's doing more than I could ever probably hope to give her on the sidelines.
Yeah, Coach Duncan, she's known for changing up her lineup and mixing things up, which can all, it's always good to do that. For the most part, her back line stays intact, and that's a crucial part. You can definitely mix pieces up in the forward and in the midfield, but you always want to try to keep your back line intact because they do have that chemistry with the goalkeeper and with each other. So doing some experiment in the midfield and up top to see if she can create more chances and more offensive chances. I also believe Brianna Evans might have slid into more of a center back role, which is a different change as well. Usually she's playing out on the right or the left. But today I believe she's playing more of a center back role. I'm not sure if that's due to injuries or not, but usually wherever she's played, she dominates. She's one of their most consistent defenders, and it's always a battle between her and the opposing forward on whichever side she's on. So
absolutely. Around SNU soccer, they want to take it away and trying to falter any game plans as a player kind of gets shoved to the floor with Sky Glass.
Ticky-tack call.
You could argue that she's just bigger than the other girl she put on the ground.
Definitely could argue that. But no, nonetheless, the ref did call that foul. But for the most part, so far, he's been letting the women play. Set pieces are definitely going to be crucial. I expect SNU to win all these set pieces because they do have the size advantage. But that's definitely what they're going to have to, defend, and as well as when they have set pieces in the attacking end. I expect them to make something happen with those and use their size to their advantage.
About a quarter of the way through here, both teams really holding strong in their defensive fronts. I don't think we've had any shots on goal thus far. Both teams very holding strong. here early on in this game.
Yep, 15 minutes in. Seems like teams are still trying to find a little bit of the rhythm, but SNU is here on the attack now.
Here up on the right side, Bussert shaking and baking, trying to find someone. Finds Robinson on the cross for the shot. Saved at the last second there by the goalie of the Bison.
That was a great attack right there for Bussert. She's definitely making herself asserted over there on that right side. She's been open over there a few times, and they found her, and they found the space, and she's getting in the box and creating chances for SNU. If they can continue to find that play and find her, I definitely think it's going to be a long night for this Bison back line.
Absolutely. Hannah Robinson looking for just, I believe, her 5th goal on the season. Oh, her 5th goal on the season. I just couldn't find enough leg power there to fire it into the goal as Emma Beck was there ready for the catch.
And
On the header there, the Bison kind of tripped up there, missed the ball there. As Robinson fighting through, making things very tough here on the sidelines for the Bison since this game has started. Vasquez to Glitsky. Glitsky holding. Finds Robinson, flips it past some Bison defenders and gets stopped there about right before the box. And SNU really pressing here these last couple minutes.
SNU is definitely pressing right now, and they're creating chances for themselves, and they're exerting a lot of energy, but it's good energy, and they're creating chances, and they're putting a lot of pressure on this Bison back line.
I think something I noticed here in early couple of games for SNU, they exerted a lot of energy in the first half with out of the field to the other, and doing that all throughout the first half is just going to wear you out as the game goes on. And here they've really kind of laxed their way into it, pacing themselves, and then just establishing a defensive forefront. As a shot here from Glitsky just goes over the net. I don't know, SNU defense and comes in, but off the deflection, Bison able to take advantage and get the first goal of this ball game. SNU's got, as I was saying, SNU's got to be able to respond here because in the first half, it's all out in the setup from Coach Duncan on that corner kick to be able to put players in the right place and just set up people like Glitsky for the goals as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, coaches will always tell you never give up on a play and always look for the second ball, and that's exactly what happened. The first, like I said, the Bison, they cleared the first one, but the second one is still there, and you have to hunt the second ball, and then they hunted it and they buried it. Glitsky put a shot right in that upper corner, and go think about it.
Yeah, I'm not so trying to find a way back up to the Bison.
It's great hustle and great defensive presence right there by Evans. Once again, stopping the counterattack.
Just missing it there is Evans, but goes out of bounds off the Bison back to the Crimson Storm. Kick up here from Fuentes goes back to the Bison just past the midline, being chased down by Abrego. She's going all over the place here this evening.
Abrego's all over the place, and she's out there looking like the Energizer Bunny, not stopping, moving very fast, and putting pressure on this Bison back line. But, we have just a little bit under 7 minutes left in this first half.
Storm really got to lock in here defensively, not get any lapses here. They may be tied 1-1, but they got to be able to focus in here. Fuentes coming up for the save before reaching the Bison. They're deep in their own territory.
Fuentes just did a good job right there of coming out, making her presence known, and communicating with her back line. A lot of people don't know, but communication is very key in any sport, but definitely, soccer with goalkeepers and their defenders. They have to be on the same page. They have to know where each other are, and Fuentes is doing a good job of communicating with her back line right now.
It's a kick here from the Bison. Sky's out of bounds. Evans finding Opergo. Back to Robinson up the middle. Klitsky trying to come over to save it and keep it with the Storm possession. Glitsky coming up here to the left side. Just under 6 minutes left to play in this first half with SNU tied up with OBU. Alyssa Glitsky getting her first goal of the season just a couple minutes ago off the corner kick from Chase. And Evans clears back to Fuentes.
Well done by Evans. That's definitely a smart play by her just to play a safe ball back to her keeper. Nowadays, most goalkeepers should be able to use their feet.
Oh, what a great save there from Natasha Fuentes. That ball was sailing overhead, but she smartly tracks back and is able to knock the ball away and keep it in bounds. Possession to the Crimson Storm.
That was definitely a great save. I'm sitting here watching the ball float in the air going to the back post, and I'm like, no, they don't. Hopefully they're not getting scored on right before half, but yes. Fuentes came up huge.
That would just be an momentum killer here, especially at home going into halftime. If that ball was able to sink into the net. Great save by Fuentes.
And I'm not sure if that was a shot or a cross, but nonetheless, it was definitely a big save by Fuentes.
DeJohn Tomaso able to slide tackle and save the ball from increasing coming into SNU territory. Goes out of bounds back to the Bison for the throw-in. Bison able to clear it in, trying to fight off Cantrell and Robinson. The right side with the kind of looking to pass from trying to get through the Storm defenders, but able to keep track with it and fire back. We got a call here.
That was a very soft call right there.
I'm not sure what the official call was from our official, but we're going back. I think it was a push in the back here on the Bison going back the other way.
He definitely did call a push in the back. It was a spectacle call, but he called it. I've seen much more physical play than that. But
I can imagine.
Well done by Robinson to win that back.
Here, Chase up the left side, trying to find. I believe Bussard there on the backside. Oh, had a bit of a break there. She's able to get just a little bit more force on the kick there from the ball. She's probably got another goal here on the season.
Great ball played in by Megan Chase. She was able to find Bussard on the backside, making that run in. I definitely think the Bison had a miscommunication there. They didn't see Bussard running in from the backside, but all Bussard had to do was get a foot on that, and that would have been in the back of the goal. The goalkeeper was in no man's land.
Klitsky trying to get a cross up the middle, but it gets blocked out of bounds back to SNU. Just under about 2.5 minutes left here in the first half. SNU tied up with 1-1. Bussard coming into fire, trying to find Chase on the cross, and just goes out of bounds. Here back to the Bison.
Goal kick. This is a good sign for SNU. I mean, there's about 2 minutes left in this half. If they can get this half closed out, it's definitely going to be a good sign for them, and going into that second half is going to be in their favor. I mean, they are a second-half team. They have 110 shots in the second half on the season, and they also scored 9 of their 12 goals in the second half. So it's definitely, if they can keep tied up and go into halftime tied, it'll definitely be in their favor in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're right there, Antoine. There's a lot of good things going here for SNU. This clock continues to wind down in the first half. You see a lot of good aggression, a lot of solid defense here from SNU as this game has progressed in this first half. I really like what I'm seeing here from SNU. The good stop from Evans. I think trying to find Albergo on the right side or just get something on this side of the field towards the goal. Just keep the ball out of the box here for SNU.
I'm noticing this Bison back line, and every time there's a ball played in, the back line of the Bison they stop and expect their goalkeeper to come out and make that save. And in my opinion, you can't stop until the ball is cleared and stop the keeper to be right there behind them when that's not always the case. You definitely have to make sure your keeper is coming out and making sure your keeper is calling you off, or you have to clear that ball. So definitely going to keep an eye on that, see how that plays into this game, and see if they change that.
Robinson able to clear off. Both teams trying to keep the ball in play and just kind of have a bend but don't break mentality here as this half closes down between the Storm and the Bison.
8, 7.
Ball goes towards
6,
Fuentes. She
5,
holds on to it as this clock continues to wind down.
1.
SNU and OBU head into halftime tied up at 1 score apiece. If you can see there on your screen, it's a little jolted there. Sorry about that, guys. As you can see there at the top of your screen, coming in 1-1 for both teams. Just throwing out some stats here for what we noticed here in the first half. Both teams, you see, have 1 goal, 1 assist. 5 shots for SNU versus 8 for OBU. Both teams had 3 shots on goals. SNU with 3 corners versus 2 corners for OBU. No cards handed out today. 5 fouls for SNU and 3 fouls for OBU. 1 offside for OBU. So just a lot of evenly matched things here throughout this first half. What do you like about both teams here in the first half?
What I like is I like that they both kept their composure. I like that they both kept their confidence. I mean, OBU, they went up 1-0, and then SNU came back and responded. And, you know, it's been, like you said, it's been a pretty even game. They're both they both have their chances on goals. They both have their chances in possession. But I really like that both teams kept their confidence and neither one of them let their head down after being scored on.
It was a great first half here for both teams. Look to continue. A lot of aggression here for SNU coming out of the gate here in the second half with them tied with the Bison 1-1. We'll be right back here at SNUathletics.com for the second half. Don't go anywhere.
Very cool. But SNU is they're still on the attack. They still see thing here to find Chase on the top of the 18 for a clear shot on goal. Didn't trouble with Bison keeper too. He was one-on-one when Bussert did. I'm going to take the PK, and in that moment,
Shows how some of these players can respond. 27 minutes left, and this
was playing in also Ashley Owens and Gesture and Evans. Definitely, user feed, but definitely can't make it hard on you.
Glitsky trying to out here again. Easy here late in this ball game. Just under 18 minutes.
Spot to have a free kick.
Just past Glitsky and shots on goal.
Muster up some more energy and
by the Bison.
They were.
You is just clock. October 20th, and they'll close out the season. Last two home games next Thursday, October 29th at 5 o'clock against Southwestern Oklahoma State.